Another Friday and another video. Interestingly, there was a time when Friday felt like a working class hero. We look forward to it, right? But I don't know whether that is the case anymore. I think maybe a lot has to do with the pandemic, how we juggled between work from home and then going back to office, or maybe something has changed. Maybe there is a clear disconnect between how we feel on a Monday morning and how things are not very different on a Friday morning. Or maybe it's just me. But one thing that is very intriguing about the current state of how we look at work, how we understand professionalism, especially amongst the younger lot who are coming up, and there is this strange discontent. There is this overwhelming impatience to just get rid of things. Oh, you're going to fire me. I'm going to get rid of this job myself. And this was not the case like a decade ago. We held on to our jobs like anything. We felt that uh, this job pretty much defined us, who we are as a person, and rightly so because of so many financial constraints and how the society, has seen people who are jobful and people who are jobless. Obviously, we don't use the word jobful. It is something I use. If you're going to call a person unemployed person jobless, then might as well call someone who has a job as jobful, because a job is not just uh, it's it sounds very dismissive, but it is much more than that, because we spend so much of our time, and time is so limited, right? It is like the greatest gift that we have. We have a limited number of hours, days, and years on this planet, and we are willing to give that away to something we dismiss as a job. So I think we need to add more to that. Maybe we need to show it more respect. When we are going to spend so much of our time, it's not just 9 to 5 anymore. We spend so much more, right? And if we're going to do that, then might as well add some meaning to it, add some layers to it. And that shows in how we understand work ethic, the so-called work ethic, which is defined only on the professional side. It has nothing to do on the personal side, which is ironic, because your work ethic tells you how you look at your relationship with your job, but there is nothing of equivalence in how you deal with your personal relationships, how you look at your parents, how you look at your siblings or your better off. We don't have anything of that equivalence, which is so ironic, because given the number of hours, number of days that we're putting into our professional goals and our KPIs and OKRs and all these things, and still there is nothing of equivalence. And this is happening because we think that our professional life is very distinct from our personal life, which is again is kind of misunderstood, because how you do something is exactly how you do everything. How you deal with your job is exactly how you're going to deal with your other responsibilities on the personal space. If you're going to do a damn good job on the professional side, you are bound to up your game on the personal side too. But that doesn't happen because we don't understand the importance of work ethic, the importance of being punctual, the importance of being responsible, being accountable, being decisive, being someone who always takes the lead, being initiative. We we don't understand that, because there is no training for a personal side of life. That's why our relationships on the personal sides are unmet. So you can understand that where I'm going with this video, although it talks about work ethic and it's about your professional space, but I'm trying to connect the dots between your professional side and your personal side, and how little uh, we care about it. We think that they're disconnected, whereas they are not. They are very much connected, because a job gives you meaning. And it's not just about how the society looks at you. whether you are an upstanding member of the society based on how much you make. No, it's much more than that. Whatever profession you are in, if you're getting something out of it, some meaning out of it, that I am good at this, I am great at this, I'm going to get better at this. That is what occupation is all about, being occupied for the right reasons. But obviously, we don't say it out loud, and we keep it to ourselves, which is interesting, right? Even when you meet people, they just want to know what you're up to. They don't really want to know how you're feeling. They don't want to know that you're not sleeping well, or you have anxiety attacks. They're not interested in those details. They are just interested in how you're doing professionally, what kind of output you're coming up with. And if you put all of these equations into one box, then and you try to lift it, you realize that the gravity that pulls it down is basically work ethic, your work ethic, how you look at your job, how you perceive your relationship. Obviously, we haven't reached that stage yet where we understand how they are connected. Maybe that is when we'll realize, if at all we reach that stage, why weekends are no different from weekdays anymore. Maybe then we'll realize that why Friday is not a working class hero anymore.